Max is your name? Yeah. Call me back in 4 to 5 weeks because we just put it in the market. We're gonna try to sell it out by ourselves.
Where's his home?
Marine Park on
Marine Park?
Kings Highway. Yes.
It's on Kings Highway? Okay, great. Ari, question for you. I noticed that in your area there's a lot of homes on the market. Just out of curiosity, what are you doing differently to help them out that the average agent is not doing?
I don't know. We just, like I said before, we just put it on the market.
So we didn't even advertise it.
We didn't even start advertising.
Okay.
We're gonna do start soon. But right now we just literally. Where did you find my number, by the way?
I found you when I was driving by. I saw a sign that said for sale by owner. It was a little sign in the middle of nowhere in the window. It's very hard to see.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
Just out of curiosity,
sign,
just so again, my job is to know about all the homes in the market. So hopefully I can bring you a buyer. Maybe it might even come out of their commission. Who knows? But I'd like to know, what are you doing differently to actually market your property than the average person?
Well, last time, like I said before, 5 years ago, we sold a house on our own, and we did a couple of open houses, few flyers. My cousin, he knows a lot of online marketing, so we did a good job.
Okay.
I think.
5 years ago I went to Atlantic City. I made $1,000. This year I went to Atlantic City. I lost $3,000.
Okay.
Selling a home by yourself is like going to Atlantic City. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Unfortunately, right now, it's about 5% of these for sale by others actually sell by themselves. Now, what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to put yourself on the market. People see that it's on the market and they say, why didn't this sell if it's been on the market for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? Because right now, Marine Park is selling fast. So once it hits 4 or 5 weeks, you're going to have a harder time selling it. You might even have to reduce it a little bit. People have to get reinterested. So I don't want to hurt you in that case. So what happens is like this. Like I said, for sale by owners, it's like gambling. Last time you gambled, you won, and I'm really happy you won. But I don't want that. I don't want you to lose this time. To make sure you don't lose, is it all right if I come for you for 10, 15 minutes today and we'll discuss how we can make sure you don't lose?
I don't see it being a problem. Just give me a couple of weeks.
You don't see it being a problem in what case? You don't see you.
Well, right now we just started. We want to try it by ourselves.
Okay.
And after a couple of weeks, you're more than welcome to contact me.
Where are you moving to, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
No, we're not moving. We already have a house.
Oh, you have a house in Brooklyn?
in Marine Park. Yeah, we already have another house.
Oh, so you already bought something?
Right. Yeah,
How
a
much
long
that cost
time
you?
ago.
Oh,
A
so
long time ago. Yeah, it's just actually from the grandmother.
so this one you inherited?
Yeah. But this we don't want to keep two houses. So
You don't want to
that's-
keep two
yeah,
houses.
yeah.
Okay. Now, did you know that when you inherit a property, you have certain benefits from the banks that you can take advantage of?
Well, right now this house is not inherited. I'm talking about the other house is inherited.
Oh, the bigger house is inherited.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, so you
yeah.
moved into the bigger house. This
Yeah,
is a
we already
smaller house.
moved. This is just we're gonna be packing up soon and we sell it. But like I said before, you're more than welcome to call me in a few weeks.
Okay. Is it possible I can at least come by to check it out? Maybe I have a buyer that's interested.
Yeah, sure. In a couple of weeks you can do that. Sure.
Well, if you could sell it tomorrow and they pay me a commission, wouldn't that be okay with you?
Well, I want to try to do it with myself, with my cousin.
So who are you looking to sell it to? A friend, a family member, a neighbor?
We'll think about it. I don't know yet. We haven't given. So, like I said before, like literally yesterday, we put it sign on the outside.
No, I said, but who are you looking to sell it to? A friend, a family member, a neighbor?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet who you want to sell to.
I don't know yet. Anybody that's willing to pay the right, the right price.
No problem. So my buyer's willing to pay the right price. So can we come by and see it?
Sure. In a couple of weeks, you can do that. Sure.
Why are you going to delay my buyer? He wants to buy now. I don't work with anybody that needs to move in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks is too long. They need to buy now. If I can bring them now, I can possibly get it sold by yourself. I'm just bringing the buyer there. All I want to do is come by, see it. If it fits their needs, bring them in there, and they might be able to give. I can even give you an offer on the spot if it matches what they need.
Right, I can understand that. Just right now, I want to, like my cousin, he's the one that's in charge of this process,
Okay.
and he said,
Great.
for now we're just gonna do it ourselves, and I'll speak to him, and if he says
So
if
I thought
he's
you owned the
okay,
house.
no, I just help him sell it.
Okay, so whose house is it?
It's my cousin's house.
It's your cousin's house. So I thought you said you inherited a new house and moved into that new house.
No,
Did you make up your story?
The other
Please.
house.
If
The
you're
other
gonna
house
bullshit
is
me,
in here.
if you're gonna bullshit me, just tell me I'm bullshitting, but just keep it straight.
Well, we're cousins, and we inherited
The new house. Okay, so the old house that you
This
own.
house that we're selling, I didn't tell you we inherited. I said we live.
Yeah, you do live there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now you want to sell it.
Okay. Yes.
So it's your house.
It's technically mine and my cousin's.
It's technically okay. So you guys both have a share in it.
Right.
It's a two-family house.
Yes.
Okay, well, no problem. So he lives in one, you live in the other.
Right.
Okay, great. So, can you please call your cousin? Is it alright? Could you maybe even get him on the line? Because again, if my buyers like it, I can get you an offer tomorrow.
I have
If you like that offer, you can be in contract the next day.
Max.
And again, this is all without paying a commission, so you don't got to worry about your pockets. Your pockets have nothing to do with the situation. It's a matter of me helping out a buyer I have and making sure that it works for them. You don't have to know for me because I represent the buyer in that case. You don't have to talk to me. I negotiate against you, so you don't got to worry about that. I'll come in there. If it matches their needs, we'll give you an offer. If you like the offer, we'll go forward with it. If you don't like the offer, I'll see you later. You have a good day.
No problem. Let me speak with my cousin. He's at work right now, and he works night shift. So I'll call tomorrow afternoon.
Great. So he works the night shift because right now it's midday.
Well, he's already outside. He's traveling towards his night shift. He works upstate.
Okay, so he's in the car. Just give him a call. He's probably bored.
He's very bored, but right now he really insisted that he didn't want to deal with an agent. He wants
You're not
me
dealing
and
with an
him to
agent.
sell it.
You're not dealing with an agent.
And who are you?
I am an agent. You're not dealing with me. I'll be dealing with my client. That's
You're
what
an
I'm trying to
agent, and if we're talking about if you're the agent, we want to be able to sell it on our own, not through the agent. Whether you bring a buyer or bring somebody else, just give us a couple of weeks and you can give us a call. I didn't say no.
Interesting. I like that
Back in
idea.
couple of weeks.
It just intrigues me. So explain. So you just want to make sure you can sell without any agent involved whatsoever.
Right.
Okay. What got you to feel that way?
I don't know. I asked my cousin when he's going to be available. I think maybe he had different experiences. Maybe he was able to successfully sell it in the past without agents. I
But
don't know
what's again? I just want to know, just because again, it's interesting to me. It's the first time I heard this. I just want to know where it's coming from. Is there something that was against an agent? Maybe was it something that because it doesn't make sense to me. It's not the commission obviously that's bothering him because you don't got to worry about the commission. So I just want to know where it's coming from, just so I know. I understand.
My understanding,
I got
my
your
understanding, any agent that brings the buyer to the house, he gets paid commission
from the buyer.
They don't work. What do you mean from the buyer? You represent the seller.
No. Well, if you want me to represent you, I'll represent you. But right now in this case, I'll be representing my buyer. I have
So
buyers
you
that I
can be
personally
collecting
represent.
commission from the buyer.
Yeah, that's what I explained to you.
Okay. All right. I'll pass it on to my cousin.
Okay. No problem. Thank you so much.
And you can reach out to us.
You got it. My pleasure.
Okay.
You're not the decision maker. I don't give a shit about him. Straight up. I don't give a shit about him. He's not the decision maker. Everything he's putting back to us is his cousin, so I gotta get in touch with the cousin. Go online, find the cousin's number, reach out to him right now because you know he's on the road. Call him, say what's going on, and have that same conversation with him and find out what's stopping him from using an agent. But that was very unusual. I would never hear that usually. If someone agrees to pay me the commission, they usually say okay.
Yeah.
They don't care that there's an agent involved as long as it's not they're paying a commission. Usually that's the case. That's an unusual case, which I've never heard of. So
When I called half an hour ago, I called
He said
in
that
front
to
of you. What do you say? I don't want to deal with anybody. Why are you calling me? For sale by owner.
that's the one that said it was off the market.
No, yeah, the one that the first call it.
Okay, so he's not selling his house. He doesn't care to
No,
sell his
he's
house.
selling the house. He
That's
just
off the market.
literally put it in the market a few days ago, but he doesn't want to deal with anybody. He says, "Stop calling me." Simple as that. I just asked him, "Why'd you take it off? Why is it off the market?"
Great, I'll call back in a week. No, I'll call back in a week. I'm serious. Give him time to understand that he's gonna get lowball offers to get that he's not gonna get what he wants, or because he's gonna be a tough guy. He's gonna be
So why did you bring that angle of I'm gonna collect the commission from the buyer?
because I want to get in your house. I want to
Okay,
get
so
in your
later
house.
it's gonna be bait and switch then.
No, it's not a bait and
He's not
switch.
gonna- he's not gonna
I'm
collect from you.
I'm not going to pitch you anything when I meet you. What I'm gonna do when I meet you though is I'm gonna put doubt in your mind. This way you ask me questions. Because chances are, when I get there, the first question I ask is, do you think my house is worth this much? Oh, you'd like to know how much your house is worth? Sure. Come to the office tomorrow. I have availability at 5 or 6 o'clock. You can sit down, I can pull up all the comparables, and we'll see if you priced it right. I'd rather you be a part of it as well with me. And now once they're in my office, I have home court advantage.
But usually you go to them.
No,
To their
no,
court.
no. When you do it this going to do a bait and switch, going in there, getting them to instill doubt, and then asking questions, I want to bring them back here. I don't want to go back to their house.
The second time.
The second time, I'm not going back to the house. They're coming here. They're gonna sit down here. I'm gonna have a listening agreement put on the table. I'm gonna have all the comps already pulled up. I'm gonna do my homework the day beforehand. They're gonna sit down, and I'm gonna pitch them like they've never heard before.
Right.
And now I'm home court advantage. Now I can say, well, I need you guys to be here for that. But I'm gonna say, you see these 25 hardworking agents back there? You see how much work they're putting in to get people's houses sold? Don't you want these people working for you? Don't you want to have an office that's gonna, they come in here, they see that you're not just this. People have this idea. When you ask real estate agent, they say scammer, their alarms go off. You say car salesperson, scammer. Certain people, they just, even though we're not, even though that's not what we do, it's just a mentality that people have. When they come into your office and they see, oh wow, there's an actual office, there's a piece of art up there, there's people working here. This is an office.
Well, by us, it's not exactly so impressive because we have 1 or 2 active agents.
Doesn't make a difference. That doesn't matter.
Time.
That doesn't matter. They're in an office.
Right.
They're in an office.
But
now they see that there's a point of where I work. There is a position of trust already built around it because, oh, this guy has an office. They're putting you to a place. Rather as you just walking around, not knowing, they don't know where your office is, they don't know who you are. Like, there's nothing. Now they want to connect something to you. Now that they connect something to you, they come in, they see a professional looking office. Now it kind of changes things. Even if it calms them down a little bit, now I have the chance to close them.
Now, your goal was to get in the house. That's why you said, I'm not...
I want to get in the house.
You want to get a house? That's why you said, I'm not
I'd
collecting
rather-
any commission from you.
I'd
I'm
rather
going to be
go
dealing
in
with
there.
the buyer, right?
I'd rather go in there my first way and be able to pitch them. I'd rather go in with them knowing that I'm about to pitch them. Priority. If I can't do that, I want to get in their house.
Now, the way I try to get in the house is the following. I have a zero risk, zero obligation for you, Mr. Owner. We have a special in our office. For the next couple of weeks,
Free
we're gonna
means-
generate.
you know what free means?
We're gonna generate
free
free
means?
open houses for you.
Don't use that word. Free already sounds like you're trying to pitch something that they don't want.
No, I'm telling you, I'm offering you a
Somebody
free
calls me with
service
that.
for 2
If
weeks.
somebody calls me with that, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
straight up and honest with you. If
Yeah.
somebody calls me with that, I'm not interested. Because right away I say it's too good to be true. I'm not interested. I don't
Let
need a
me
chance.
explain to you. Let me explain to you.
I know, but you're gonna have people that you can't explain that to because they're gonna jump the gun. They're gonna jump the gun.
No. This guy that I spoke to about this approach, he said, "Oh, I'm curious. How does that work?" Oh, really? Okay, call
Some
me back in a
people-
few days, and I hooked him up on that one.
Why do you
Zero
call you back in a
risk,
few days?
zero
Why call you back in a
obligation.
few days? Why don't you close right there? Why didn't you close?
Just call me back right now. Just put it on the market. Literally, I'm just catching my breath. Just literally call me
Let me
back
help
in
you
a couple
catch your
of
breath.
days.
Let me help you catch your breath. Let me slow it down for you. Right now, you're probably dealing with a lot of phone calls that are not even people that are going to buy your house. So right now,
That's
you're
what I
catching
said.
your breath.
That's what I said. We have
Right
a
now,
mortgage professional who's going to be standing
Forget
alongside
that,
me,
forget that, forget
open
that.
house,
No,
who's going to
so,
pre-screen
so,
every
so,
buyer.
so. Right now, you're getting calls from people that don't even want to buy your house. You're getting calls from real estate agents. You're getting calls from people that can't afford homes. You're getting calls from people who are other owners that want to know what their house is worth. You're getting calls from everybody and anybody. You're trying to catch your breath. It's not the best way to do that. Let me help you catch your breath. The way you can do that is you can switch the number to this 1-800 number. That's how it works, right? You have a 1-800 number on there. This way, it'll pre-screen them for you, and the people that are interested in your home will be transferred to your phone automatically. And now you got rid of 25 of the 30 people that called you that were not going to buy your house. Now you have 5 people to take care of. Wouldn't that help you catch your breath? Wouldn't that be the better approach to take? That's how you close a guy like that. If he's listening, if he's being reasonable, you explain to him why your product is going to help him. But if you don't explain to him why your product's going to help him, he has no idea how it's going to help him.
Everybody has in the office 10, 20 agents, and they run in all the marketing standard across the board. Every single agency out there that does it. We're no different.
We have
We're no
64
different.
offices, over 1,000 agents.
Well, Maximilian or Remax, Century 21s, they have many more offices. So what you're
But they don't
presenting
know.
is they're hearing it from every agent, what you're telling right now. They're hearing these scripts over and over
And you
from
think they're not
every
hearing,
agent.
and if you think they're not hearing your thing from
What
another
what
agent?
I'm offering
You
is
think-
no, they're
first
not.
of all,
Nobody's
slow
using
down.
that
First of all,
approach
slow
of
down.
zero
Slow
risk,
down.
zero
Slow down.
obligation.
First of all, every agent should be calling for sell by owners. Every agent is not calling for sell by owners. That's the first thing. Only the good agents are calling for sell by owners. So you got rid of the 30,000 agents that are in Brooklyn. You already narrowed it down to 20. Right? Now those 20 good agents that are calling are calling in their specific area, usually, where their direct area, right? So now you narrowed it down to 5 other agents. You're telling me you're not better than those other 5 other agents? You're gonna be the first one to call, you're gonna be the one to close them, and you're gonna explain to them why you're gonna be the best one to use them. Because Ari's genuine. These other people are not. Ari's looking to help the person out. Those people are looking to make a commission. That's what differentiates you from them. You gotta find your reason to why you're worth being sold, why I'm worth selling myself, and that's what you're gonna use to carry you along. What's different about me than you? Me, I have 2 things. One is I have an ambition that's like no other. If you tell me I can't do it, I will do it. And you just told me I can't sell your home. Now I'm gonna prove it to you. Number 2 is that I have the ability to do, I'm looking out for your best interest. I'm a person that would not tell you to do something if I felt it would hurt you. And you want feedback from that? Here, look at my Zillow profile. Look at what people say about me. This is what makes me different. And you're gonna use this again, it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna have to build yourself up. The first 2 years are not gonna be easy. You're gonna be grinding for those listings. Because you're not gonna have that Zillow profile right away to be able to show them. You're not gonna have reviews, you're not gonna have people saying things. Go ahead, get a mortgage professional to write something about you. Say, hey, I worked with Ari, this guy was the most genuine person, but they have to explain that they didn't buy something with him. Use what you can. But those first 2 years, you're going to be grinding your ass off for those listings. You're going to be pushing, you're going to be pushy, and you're going to have to get in that door to make sure it happens. But once you get that, and you have a reason, and you know what you're doing, and you know why you're different, it's going to be a lot easier. Because you're going to realize it's not that hard to convince somebody to do something that's for his best interest. If I'm 90 years old and I'm dying, my best interest is to buy life insurance. You're gonna tell me you can't sell me life insurance if I'm dying at 90 years old? You must be out of your mind. If I think it's the best scenario for you, and that's why we pre-qualify them. Where are you going? Why are you going? Oh, I'm going to Florida. Why? I'm retiring? Great, fantastic. I want to help you retire. Great, that's so interesting. Where in Florida are you going to? Oh, I'm going to Boca Raton. Great, you have family out there, or are you just going there because you like the sun? I like the sun, this and that. How soon would you like to be there? Start getting them visualizing that. I'd like to be there in about 3 months. You want to be there in 3 months? Great. Well, you know what? It's my goal to help you sit on the beach with a freezing ice cold pina colada in your hand. You like pina coladas? Great. Well, let me tell you how I can help you achieve your goal. I can help you in a way of marketing your home differently than others, because right now there's a lot of homes on the market, and I want yours to stand out above the rest. The way I can help yours stand out above the rest, I can sit down with you for about 10 minutes and I'll show you the difference between my marketing plan and everybody else's. Does that sound fair?
So technically, all the Facebook should be ours. Review approach.
There's no
Review
reason.
approach.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be ours.
There's about 2,500, 3,000 agents in Brooklyn, roughly,
I don't know the number.
and maybe like only 10%.
Look, I went to
calling.
the Tom Ferry seminar, and these are seasoned agents. These are agents that are coaching for over years. And there is, when he asked, how many of you guys are calling for sale by owners? How many hands went in the air? Maybe 5, 10?
Out of how many?
Out of thousands.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 2-3%.
Thousands. 5 people raised their hand. That's less than 0.05% of people.
But I'm
and
sure
again, and these are not only from Brooklyn.
They're all
These
cool.
are not only from Brooklyn. These are from Brooklyn, Florida, California, Georgia, Kentucky, Maine, Missouri. They're from all over the world. They came to this meeting. That room was filled, packed, out the door. And about, maybe 15 people raised their hand that they say that they're calling for sale by owners.
And how many calling expireds? I think there's more people.
Probably
calling
more calling
expireds.
expireds.
Because
Probably.
it's easier to access, it's right over
Probably.
less.
But what does that matter? If there's only 5 to 10 people calling for sale by owners, doesn't that tell you something? And those 5 to 10 people are all really successful.
There's no competition.
Your competition is less when you're calling up these people. You have to understand that you are one of a kind calling them. Not a lot of people do it. There are other people doing it, yes, I'm not gonna lie to you, there are other people
approach is
calling
wrong.
you. Not that their approach is wrong, they could be doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good for them. If they called before you and they did that same approach and they got that listing, high five. They deserved it.
Now, at which
I find
case,
they deserve it. There's enough food out there for everybody.
at which case you keep it an open listing,
Why would you do an open listing?
not to isolate yourself from a potential in the future to have that buyer, that seller. Because I see in the rapid database, I see open listings right and left.
Those are managements, co-brokes, and things like that. I don't like open listings. We'll take an open listing, of course. I don't decline any listing unless it's an exclusive and I don't feel I can sell it. That's the only time I deny a listing. But if you give me an open listing and say, hey Max, could you sell this, and you're not willing to sign exclusive, I'll do something.
So when you
I
represent
won't
the buyer,
go all out. I won't do flyers. I won't do open houses. I won't do all that. But I'll advertise it. I'll speak to my buyers
Right.
about it. See who's interested and then possibly get it sold. You know.
what kind of work do you do if you represent the buyer? Just in this
Paperwork?
case, right now you said
You
I'm
have
not
what's called a
collecting commission.
You have a buyer's agency disclosure,
Right.
and you also have a buyer's agent agreement.
So basically, the seller doesn't have to sign anything.
No, the only thing you sign is this. Automatically by the government, they have to sign this that says that they know I represent the buyer.
Right.
That's the only thing I have to sign.
Because
And that's done at closing. That's done at closing. Generally, because you don't really have a substantial contact with them until then, unless you sat down with them and you're presenting the offer. Then you say, look, before I present the offer, I need to explain to you that I don't work for you. I represent the buyer. So right now, I'm negotiating for them. I need you to understand that. If you want 5 minutes to read through it, take 5 minutes, read through it, make sure you're comfortable with it. It's not a contract, it's from the Department of State. They require me to tell you who I work for. And once you say that, then you can go ahead and have them sign it. You can then present your offer, and then you can come to an agreement. You call your buyer. They look, they're not budging. They're doing this. Okay, great. We came to a mutual agreement. $400,000, $4 million, because it was a $4 million house you represent. You're helping them buy. Good, sold.
so not to lose the listing, you say you don't pay me commission, the buyer is going to take care of it.
No.
And then you come into the house and
I
put
only
down
say
some
that to
people
get into the home.
into the home.
Because again, if I do have a buyer, I might bring them there, and then some of them would pay me a commission if I'm not collecting from the seller. Or maybe I might have to upsell a little bit just to get my commission from them. Something of that sort. I can do something like that. I can finagle it to make it make sense to me so that I get a commission.
But
out of it.
finally, the seller is going to pay you. That's what you.
It's always the seller that pays. You see, that's the
No. The
but
buyer's agency is the buyer that pays
the buyer's
commission.
paying it, but the sellers, the buyer always pays the commission. You have to understand. I said it wrong. The buyer always pays the commission, and you don't realize that because the buyer is always going to pay a set amount, and out of that's going to come the commission.
But
Is that so?
the
coming-
goal is to get the exclusive.
The goal is to get them there.
Right.
Instill doubt in their mind. First thing you want to do, secure. Who are you trying to sell it to? Okay, great, no problem. Is there anything about the property that might hurt the value that you could say you didn't like about the property? Get them to downthink their property. You know, or, well, you know, I just came back from this other house I just got into contract. I just got into, speak about yourself, talk good about yourself, but don't talk about yourself personally, because then it gives them a reason to not like you. Never talk, no, I'm serious. Ask open-ended questions, but don't talk about your personal life. Don't say, oh my kids, oh my dog, oh my cat, oh my horse. None of that.
Right.
No stories about yourself.
It's all about them.
It's all about them. You know why? Because the second I open up my mouth, oh, I had a dog. Oh, I don't like dogs. I don't like Max.
You know,
And I
you
put
don't
myself-
know what they like
I don't
or
know
they
what they
don't.
like.
Yeah.
I don't know what they like. So I can't put myself in a position where they're going to say, oh, I don't like cats.
As soon as they say they mention about the dogs and cats, they, oh, by the way, I also have a cousin or whatever.
No,
Then
I don't
just to
mention it.
mention.
I don't mention it.
When
I don't
they
mention
have
it.
it.
You
What
tell me
about
you have a
building
dog? You
rapport?
mention you have a dog? Oh, what kind of dog do you have? Oh, you have a boxer? Oh, those are cute. Those are the ugly ones, right? Or I don't even, you know,
Right,
even
right.
that's borderline. Oh, you have a boxer?
Right.
How long you had it for? Oh, I had it for 6 years. Great. You had it when you with your son? Like, you know, is that when you brought him in? Yeah, I had to get along well. Yeah, okay, great. You know, talk. You can have a full conversation, build rapport, talking about them. You don't got to speak about yourself. You see, I just have a whole conversation about that dog. Instead of saying, oh yeah, I don't want a boxer. No, I don't give a shit about Max. Let Max sit on the side, put his ego down. How's your dog? How's your kids? How's your wife doing? You bought her nice Louboutins lately? You know? Talking about you. Because if I talk about you, you have a reason to like me. If I talk about me, I'm giving you a reason not to like me. I don't want to put myself a target. The bigger I am, the easier it is to hit me. The less I talk about myself, the better off I am.
All right.
Put that on SoundCloud. Tag me on Facebook, Instagram,
Pause it.
Twitter, JD, Christian Mingle, all of these things.